So you want to become a real estate agent in Illinois. Here are 4 things that you need to know to become licensed in the state of Illinois. And stay on till the end because I have a bonus that I'm going to throw in. That may actually make you decide, hey, is this what I really want to do? Even if it's just 4 simple steps to getting licensed in Illinois. So let's dive in. Hi, my name is Nonya. I am your real estate tutoress. On this channel, I bring you the best tips and tools to getting a real estate license. I also answer any questions you may have about the process. If you're new here, welcome, and do consider subscribing. So here are the 4 things. Number 1, we're going to talk about eligibility. So who can apply to get their license. Number 2, the course that you need to take, the exam you need to take, and then applying for your license. So those are the 4 things that you need to know to get your license. In order to be eligible, you must be 18 years of age, high school diploma, or a GED. You don't have to show proof, but if they ever audit you, you could lose your license if you lie that you don't have it. And then the 3rd thing about eligibility, good moral character. What that means is there shouldn't be a criminal history. They do allow people with criminal history, but it depends on what it is. If you do have some sort of conviction or something like that that's on your record, they will ask you additional questions. But that's not an automatic disqualifier. And here's why. You're going to be dealing with people's personal business. They're purchasing real estate, which sometimes is their largest purchase ever. And so they want some level of ethics or morals, right, for anyone that's getting a license. Step 2, you must take the course. In Illinois, the course is a 75-hour course. You take that course through a registered real estate school. The school has to be registered with IDFPR. That is the department in Illinois that is in charge of financial and professional regulations. And so anyone who is getting their license must take the course at a school that is licensed through IDFPR. How can you find the school? Go online, do a Google search, real estate schools in Illinois. Or if you want to make sure that they're accredited, go to IDFPR's website and search for licensed real estate schools in Illinois. I do have an affiliate link with the CE shop that you will find in my description below. Check them out. They have some coupons and I share those on my community tab whenever I have as an additional percentage off. I think I always have a 30% off, but if you want more, just keep looking on my community tab. And I usually have one, at least once a month, there is a good 40% off discount. Just a little bit about the course. The course is technical. You will learn a lot about what is real estate, types of agency, brokerage agreements, legal things, contracts, math. All of that stuff is encompassed in the course. When you take the course, depending on the school that you go to, you may or may not have an exit exam. IDFPR has a certain rule, and so your school will tell you if their course requires you to take an exam after the course to get your transcript, or if you don't need to take the exam after to get your transcript from the school. So after you complete the course, they'll let you know what you need to do to get the transcript. Without the transcript, you can go on to step 3. Your transcript is valid for 2 years. And within the 2 years, you must go on and complete step 3. And step 3 is taking the exam. The exam is made up of 2 portions, a national portion and a state portion. The national is 105 questions. You're only graded on 100 questions. The state portion is 45 questions, but you're only graded on 40 questions. The additional 5 questions in each section are questions that they're testing out to see how they can refine them before they make them part of the pool of graded questions. Let's talk about the passing grade. To pass each section of the exam, you must pass the national by 70% and the state by 75%. So you have 105 questions. You're graded on 100. You need to get a 70%. On the state portion, you have 45 questions. you're graded on 40 questions and you have to get a 75% score. So pretty much you have to get 30 out of 40. If you're finding value in this and you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please do so. And like this video as well. Share it with someone that you know who is thinking about getting a real estate license so that they know the process that they need to take to get licensed as a real estate agent in Illinois. For the exam is taken through PSI. It can be taken remotely from home, or you could take it in a PSI location. Even if you're outside the state of Illinois, you could take it wherever you are at a PSI location near you. Now, you may be wondering, should I do the in-person exam or should I do a remote exam? It's your call. Just know that if you're taking the exam remotely, it's very, very strict because they want to make sure that you're not cheating. And so slight movements can get them to flag you. All right. So you go take the exam. You either pass or you don't pass. If you pass both the national and state portions, then you can go on to the next step. If you pass one and not the other, you have to take the one that you didn't pass. So let's say you pass the national, you don't pass the state. You have to retake the state portion. Remember I said you have 2 years after you complete the course, take the exam. If you take the exam and you don't pass, you have 1 year to retake the exam again. If you don't retake the exam in the 1 year period, you have to go back to step 2 and take the course again. If after you take the course, you don't take the exam for the first time in 2 years, you have to take the course again. Let's say you take the exam, you don't pass. You have 4 attempts, okay? If you don't pass in the 4 attempts, guess what? You take the course again. But let's say you register for the exam and you're nervous and you just don't show up to the exam. It's a fail. All right, so that will count as a failed attempt and it counts in your 4 attempts. So please keep that in mind. We didn't know this till it happened to someone at a school I used to teach with. And they were like, did you know this? And I was like, I had no clue. And so this person didn't show up for number 3 or maybe it was number 4. And then they wanted to take it again. And they were like, nope, you have to take the course again. So please keep that in mind. You can reschedule, but if you don't show up, it counts as a failed attempt. Okay, so you have passed. Let's go on to step number 4. So step number 4 is you apply for your license. You apply for your license through IDFPR's website, and in order to apply, you must apply with what's called a sponsoring broker. So you must have a brokerage, a real estate brokerage that you are joining that's going to sponsor your license. As a new licensee, as a new broker in Illinois, you cannot sponsor yourself. So you have to sign up with a brokerage. How do you decide which brokerage to go with? I have a video on my channel that I'll link here in the cards, and you can use that to sign up for to help you figure out who to sign up with. Currently, I am with eXp Realty. I'll be glad to share with you why I'm with eXp Realty and answer any questions you may have. I haven't always been with eXp Realty, but that's where I am right now. Okay, so you find the brokerage and then you go on the IDFPR portal and you complete the steps. The brokerage that you sign up with has to go into IDFPR as well and say, yes, we accept this person. And then once you get a notification from IDFPR that you're good to go, then you can begin to practice real estate in the state of Illinois. And then within a few days or so, you get your actual license. Again, it's all online, so you have to go into the portal again. You create an account, so you have a username and password. You go in again, and you download your license that way. When you're applying for your license, they will ask you for the transcript from your school. So be sure to keep that document in a folder on your computer where you can easily access it. All right, so 4 steps, right? I said be eligible, take the course, take the exam, apply for your license. Now, here's the bonus thing. How much money are we talking about, right? That's the most important thing. Like, how much money do I need to put down? What are my expenses looking like? All of those things. All right, so let me help you with that. Okay, first things first, the course. How much does it run? I would say anywhere from about $300 all the way to, I've seen like up to $700. So it just depends on the school that you're going with. I also have a video on my channel where I talk about how you can get scholarships. So you can apply for scholarships. And honestly, a lot of people don't apply for scholarships. So there's always scholarship money out there. So if you are thinking about this, please look into applying for a scholarship to help cover the cost. How the scholarships work is you apply for the course, you pay for the course. Sorry, how scholarships work is you get approved for the scholarship, but you have to pay for the course yourself. Once you complete the course within a period of time, you get your money back from the scholarship. All right, they don't want to just give out money and people just pocket the money and not actually take the course and get licensed. The exam is the second thing you have to pay for. Currently, as I record this video, the exam is $58. All right, for both the national and the state portion. Now, if you have to retake it, it's a $58 charge as well. I had someone reach out to me one time and they were like, should I take the national only and then go take the state only later? And honestly, I think you should just do both. It's the same $58. And if you can take this thing one time and be done, I would definitely recommend that instead of doing one and then going to study for the other one, because you may forget and then now it's just this long process. All right. So we have, let's say for the course, let's say on average $400, and then for the exam, you're at $58. So right now we are at $458 for both things. And now when you go to IDFPR to apply for your license, it's currently $125. Okay, so that's not terrible to get your license. Now, here's the biggest expense. If you notice, so far I've been using the words broker or real estate agent. All right, I haven't used the word realtor because in order to become a realtor, you have to be a real estate agent or real estate broker and then become a member of the National Association of Realtors. So you join the National Association of Realtors. In Illinois, you will join Illinois Realtors. And then depending on where you are in the state, you will join a local association or a local board. And that's how you get access to the MLS. The fees for that vary depending on the local association that you join. But I like to tell people budget at least $1,500 for the membership. Sometimes it may be slightly more, sometimes it may be slightly less, but it's better to overestimate than underestimate. So we have about $1,500 for the association to become a realtor. You have $58 for the exam. You have $125 for the license. And then you have the course that's about $400-ish. So overall, it's about $2,000 to become a licensed real estate agent and a realtor in the state of Illinois. If you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? With that, we've come to the end of today's video. I hope it was beneficial to you and you kind of followed through with my rambling about this. Let me know in the comments if you have additional questions. Check out the other videos that are on here that will help you as you prepare or think about getting your real estate license. And I will see you in the next video.